Hey guys, Mike here from the Board Game BBQ Podcast. Today, I'm reviewing Stay Cool. It's a game by Julian Sentis, and it was given to us by Scorpion Masque. It's a game for 3 to 7 players, should take about 25 minutes, and they recommend ages 12 and up. It's a fun little party game. It's a game that really puts a pressure on you, and it's one of those games that makes you stuck answering questions that you should be able to answer easily. So it puts pressure on by having 2 people talking to you at once. They're both going to be asking questions. One person is asking questions, and the only way you can respond to them is by spelling out a 4 to 5 letter word using a bunch of dice that have letters on them. The other way of answering questions from the other person is by verbally answering. The more questions you get through from both people, the more points you're going to get. This is all happening while there's a timer being flipped around. I think it has about 30 seconds each rotation, and it's got to get rotated 4 times. The game increasingly gets harder. So while you're answering all these questions, answering as many as you can by spelling out letters and verbally answering, that's the first round that everyone has a turn. The next round is you have to say timer to make people flip the timer. If the timer is not flipped in time and it runs out of sand, you're out. You don't get to answer any more questions. And if that's not enough, the third round is when you can't see the timer and you still have to tell people to flip it. It all becomes very hard trying to manage time in your head while trying to spell out words, and especially if you spell the word incorrectly. It's a lot of fun. It creates a lot of laughs. I actually had a chance to play it with a few of my friends, and I got a bit of footage to show you how that went. So here's some highlights.
Okay.
A mark on skin from a healed cut or scratch.
Yep.
Sing the beginning of a lullaby.
Baba black sheep.
I have 2 peppers, 1 apple, and 1 leek. Then I add 2 carrots. How many different vegetables are there?
You have to say that again, Michael.
I have 2 peppers, 1 apple, and a leek. And then I add 2 carrots. How many different vegetables are there?
3.
No. I have
2.
2 peppers, 1
Yep.
apple, and 1 leek. I then add 2 carrots. How many different vegetables are
5.
there? Who sat on a tuffet eating her curds and whey?
Miss Muffet. Scatter. Ready?
Okay, here we go.
Avoir. Avoir.
Au revoir.
Okay.
That one.
Yep.
Au revoir.
Yep, got it.
What letter does the name of this game start with?
S.
What colour is the pink panther?
Pink.
Complete the following 3 times.
Charm.
Oh, I keep giving it to him.
He has to get my one. Go, keep
How many
asking. Put him on the
fingers
pressure.
do all players have in total?
By opposite of early.
Okay, so how many fingers do we have? 30. 30 fingers.
No. How many fingers do all players have in total?
How many fingers do we have? All have 10. Oh, okay, we're looking at 8. So... Not thumbs. Okay, we're not counting thumbs. Cool.
No, I'm going to accept it.
No, don't accept. What does the card say?
It says
No.
it says it varies.
Oh, okay.
What school subject?
Hope you guys had fun watching that. So yeah, all in all, my review is that it's a great little game. It's a really good party game, gets everyone in the mood, gets your brain juices flowing. The only thing that I found a bit difficult in this game that lost a little bit of a point for me was that some of the questions at the start of the card were way too difficult to answer, which is fine for a game like this to have difficult questions, but generally those harder questions would come halfway down or towards the end of the card. So it seemed a little unbalanced where some of the cards had really easy questions for the first 3 or 4 questions and then got harder. And then some of them, you pick up the first card and even the person asking the question wouldn't have known the answer even when they were looking at it. It makes it a bit difficult. So I think that you might want to pick which cards you include in your game before you get started. Have a look at the card and make sure you think it's easy enough to ask that person, because otherwise it did sort of halt the fun for a moment when you ask the first question and it's like, well, what does that even mean? How do you answer that question? So yeah, definitely look at the cards before you start asking. The other thing was, I think that even though they recommend 3 people minimum to play this game, and we had a lot of fun with 3 people, I think having 4 would be good because you can have 1 person dedicated to controlling the timer. That way, the people that are reading the cards to the main player don't have to worry about multitasking and doing 2 things at once. If you're a great multitasker, that won't be a problem for you. But look, great game. It was a lot of fun. Thank you again to Scorpion Masque for sending me this. It'll definitely have a spot on my shelf and stay in the collection. And I'll be using it as a warm-up game. And definitely something to break up like a big, heavy game. It's a game that really gives you a lot of laughs, a lot of enjoyment, and really makes you think a little bit and puts you on the spot. So, stay cool. Give it a go.